Next, we welcome Mr. MD Robiul Alam, paper ID 275. The topic is development of flying robot, a new multivectoral method of EAD thrust. Mr. Robiul Alam completed his BSc in Electrical Engineering from the National Institute of Textile Engineering and Research, University of Dhaka. Please.
I'm undergraduate student of National Institute of Textile Engineering Research. It's a DU under Engineering College. I'm second year student. My project title name is Development of Flying Robot, a new multivectoral method of EAD thrust. EAD means electroaerodynamics method. It's a thrust density. The pioneer of the researcher name is Thomas Thomson Brown, who invented this earlier 50 years before, and now it's a new phenomenon for scientists who are working who are working continuously on it. I would like to simply tell it, it's based on high voltage, or when sufficient voltage is applied, the air molecule is just breaks up, like nitrogen, especially nitrogen just breaks up, and they are just collide with coronal discharge for positive and negative ion charge, and that ion charge just make a thrust, a thrust to ground, and then by that method, just any device or prototype, anything just goes lift up, and that is also shows the anti-gravity. In the past works, recently, a few years ago, a professor from, a PhD student from University of California, Berkeley, his name is Daniel Esju. He has also potential. He has also showed potential of this work, where he showed with proper geometric optimization method, with low voltage, any device can rise up or show the anti-gravity, where he just used 2000 voltage with 500 microampere current. So these are some of his work. Also, for this EAD thrust, they are also measured the separation, emitter or collector separation. When the separation goes bigger, there are bigger thrusts, so that the lift flies just it just lift with so much speed or higher density. Now I'm showing just ours. I just recently, first of all, I would like to say that my project is a funded project. I already got a research from Ministry of ICT Division for this research. And this is the part of that, where I bought a power supply. It's a high voltage power supply, HVDC, which gives input 222 HVDC 60 kilovolt. With that voltage, we are going to do the experiment. You can see that I have also write a diagram of it. Now, what is the difference? Now we also have, in this conference, we are also trying to show the difference, that what is different between others and us, and what's the beneficial. You can see that many of the countries of the world, like Japan, US, who are working on this robotics method or EAD thrust, they have many geometric optimization method or many experimental thing, but we have also thought about our methodology. It's actually the multivectoral method. Actually, multivectoral method means where it contains with scalar vectors, bivectors, pseudovectors. All the vectors terms that relates to it, that the combines called is multivector method, or in other terms it calls Clifford number. So we have just done this. This is This is my power supply. Actually, I could have shown you more thing, but there was a problem in our laboratory. I'm doing the research in Institute of Electronics Atomic Energy Sabar, where I also have a supervisor on it. But you see, this is a high voltage power supply, and you cannot this a high voltage power supply so much. I mean, like so much lightly. You need to maintain some safety precautions. So so we are just facing causing troubles, but very soon we are going to solve it. And there are also another problem occurred in our lab. My professor just mistakenly break the prototype. But I could have showed you, and this is the power supply, and these were the prototypes. These prototypes were broken by my supervisor mistakenly, but these were the prototype where it shows the pseudo vectors. You can see in one type it is made on aluminum foil, in the upper side. I mean, the emitter wire is the copper wire, and the collector is aluminum foil. One is aluminum foil, and another is aluminum rod. So these are basically, I mean, these two prototypes are made based on the multivectoral method, which I was just mentioning, and I'm doing the research in there. Now discussions, I mean, why, I mean, the research work I'm just proposing that right now, why it is necessary, or why it should be like you can see that many of the countries in the world, like US or many development countries who are working on micro robots. Actually, in many countries, the peoples are focusing on micro robots, like many purpose, especially military or other purpose. They are micro robots, but we thought that, you can see that these kinds of robots are somehow made on propeller or drone. You can say tell about drone. Some of them may question me later that drone is enough. I mean, drone is enough, then why I should do so much difficult, like high voltage thrust? Or drone is enough, like this is no risk, but no risk or something. But definitely, I would like to tell, I have studied a lot that drone is not something that world scientists who are working on flying object that they are focusing on. Why? Because drones are very noisy, and it is also mechanically not simpler. I mean, it's complex. But our EAD trust, what we are proposed right now, proposed right now, is mechanically it's mechanically very simpler. And of course, it's a silent trust, and it has no harm for environment. This trust, this affection, this work has no effect for our environment. So it is I can say that it is eco-friendly. And in other words, you can see that many of them also use like a flapping method. These are called flapping method, like it is like fly or something. But I do not think that these are very necessary if we put application on our I'm proposing, the EAD trust method. So finally, I would like to tell that this work is also, this research work based on the EAD trust is working in the various countries, especially the MIT. MIT is very much focusing on that. Last time in 2008, they made an aeroplane. They made an aeroplane. You can find it in Nature Journal, which is named the solid research propulsion. Flying of a aeroplane with solid research propulsion, where they have successfully lifted an aeroplane with this method, and many other countries are also pushing towards this method. So we are also working on it. And this is the reference, and I would like to acknowledge that my project is funded. This is the acknowledgement of my project. It is division funded. So thank you. If any questions from anyone.
Thank you. Thank you for your nice presentation. Vector drone attack is facing now Zelensky. This is very much challenging.
Yes, sir.
Drone is multivectoral.
Of course, sir, it can be. If
Yes, and
yes.
US has designed that drone. The other factor here, your flying drone, actually it is flying robot, flying drone type. It's
Actually, sir, I'm just proposing a method for flying object.
flying object.
And of course, if the flying, I'm also proposing a flying object should be a robot.
Okay, fine. Anybody you can ask any question?
Okay, thank you. EAD thrust is full meaning electro aerodynamic thrust. Sometimes it calls electro hydrodynamic, but simply, if I talk about the present environment, the normal temperature environment, when you will it's kind of corona discharge. If you study about corona discharge, when high voltage is applied, there will be occur a corona discharge, and that for that corona discharge, they are just for if in average. Average 20,000. If 20,000 voltage goes rise up, then the air nitrogen molecule just break into positive or negative. Then emitter and collector has just the positive ion goes to the negative collector electron. So it just happens so much in speed that it also collide with neutral ion. So for neutral ion also, it's like I have a potential, but you are standing still. But when I will push you forward, I will also go forward. You will also go forward. This is the some kind of that method, and by that method, this has thrust density produced. Is by the thrust density produced. I would like to also tell you that NASA also working on this. They are the satellite they are making right now is based on the this method. They are saying it is xenon thruster. Actually, we are working we cannot work with xenon is inert gas. We cannot with that because it's very harmful. So we have to work with the environment, what we have environment. They are working with xenon thrust, which has more thrust density. But a little description, the emitter and collector has more separation. The thrust density goes bigger and bigger. And when thrust density got bigger, very bigger, then it is very easy for an object, any object, flying object. It can be car or robot, anything that can fly very much easily high. And that is the anti-gravity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ravel. I have a little query. I want to ask, it's research on only thrust force or component on flying robots also?
Yes, on component flying robots. Actually, sir, it's the robot which I have proposed to the ministry, but we are facing many difficulties with the thrust method.
Yes.
So when we will acquire
if
this
you measure or improve the thrust,
then
but
we
you can fail for the depends on the component because what type of components you need, but that type maybe will not available here. You can face this type of problem also.
Yes, true. But like the power supply I have bought, I have bought it from Chinese. I have from China. I have bought it, and another many thing I have bought from China. These are not available. Well, actually, as this is a prototype, a new idea. Just a new idea. We are just
so you have mentioned here it's need high voltage power.
Yes.
When it will be fly, how you will supply the high voltage power?
So power supply, HVDC power supply, or okay, I understand.
It will not be easy then when it will be in remote condition.
Sir, for that method, we have to build our own power supply. Yes, of course, definitely power supply can be made. I'm also added to a foreigner who is working on this. He showed that he also he has patent where he made his own power supply, which can give the 30,000 voltage, but it is very wet. I mean, sorry, I'm very small in size. And also, I would like to tell you that technology has been so much advanced that we can use for this method cockroach voltage multiplier or capside voltage multiplier. This method is very much efficient, and it can. I mean, yes, and the weight of the size can be little, which is. So, are কোনো question আছে?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for your nice presentation. And next,